We are characters that cannot be messed with. Remember when I said that on a couple videos ago? I had made a video on self-concept and how we view ourselves. And part of this concept is that we used to take on other people's energy, or we used to think that we needed from them some validation or approval for us to finally feel happy. But when we become the character that can look at all of that old trauma that happened, the unprocessed stuff, and realize that all of that stuff is stuff that we did to ourselves. So when we allow someone's behavior towards us to make us feel lack, to make us feel unattractive or not seen or heard, which may have been a pattern that came from your parents, you start to bring awareness to that type of living, that conditioning, that we are conditioned to need to expect things for us to feel great about our own lives and our own bodies. But when you can find a source of love for your life, which lives within your body, you can begin to create the new character, which has been the topic on this channel for months. And when we tap into our power, it is not to give away our energy to people for free, especially those that look at us in a negative light. I call that noise. And when you can quiet that noise, which causes us to be in our own heads, we don't have to abandon ourselves anymore to please how they feel about us. And if it happens that they're not texting you back, like a ghosting video, that is actually not a bad thing. And that if you are truly being yourself and open and shared your values of what is healthy communication. Because think of you and this person that ghosted you. Did you share what you would expect from them in a great relationship? Or did you just expect them to give you what you want for you to feel enough? And they didn't give it. And then we were too guilty, feeling guilt and shame to admit to them that they have hurt our feelings. So instead of admitting, we suppress that, and we are in our own heads on how to analyze or manipulate the situation for them to start texting us and start thinking we're attractive again. But when you take your power back, you be yourself regardless of them being in your life or not. You allow them to not give a shit. So another distraction on one of Dale's videos. I think I'm parked in front of some garbage bins and the garbage truck is probably looking for it. So I'm going to end this video now. And I'm going to resume this video as I drive myself to work. So when you can share your values with this person openly and not worry about the result, you actually liberate yourself from all of that thought process, all of those negative thoughts and feelings that you were creating in your own body. Who's hurting you when someone doesn't text you back? When your concept is that when I finally get this thing, then I'll be great. Who did that? Did that person do that, or did you do that to yourself? And when you realize that you are putting way too many conditions on this relationship with this person for you to finally feel like you're going to feel great about your life. And when they go missing, we lack their attention and approval and relationship. But when you have a great relationship with yourself, your self-concept is elevated to a gamer, to a character that cannot be messed with. You are not seeking on the outside for approval or validation. You are being a strong sense of self. You are being an attractive version of yourself that doesn't give a fuck what other people think. And it's okay for you to be disliked and to repel people away from you, because magnetism goes both ways. When you are being very powerful, people are going to be repelled by your energy because of how confident, how you know your worth, and it's not dependent on them. And when you repel some of these people who are not in alignment with you, you are doing yourself a favor. You're not being mean, you're not being negative, you're being you. And there's only one you that exists in this world. And when you can tap into being more you, like embracing your imperfections, things that are authentic to you, like let's say I really like this hot, attractive fitness woman, and I want to date her. I go out on a date, but I hide from her that I'm a musician and I love heavy metal music. Even though I'm spiritual and I live in an elevated state and I'm positive and I love my life and I share my love with others, part of me feels like I have to hide that I like heavy metal music to impress someone else, which is not true. It's doing myself a disservice, because who am I really being with this person if I have to hide that I like heavy metal music? That goes for anything in life that you may be hiding from your partner. You're going to need to admit to them later in the relationship who you really are anyway. And honestly, there's only one you that exists. There's only one you that's going to exist ever. There's no other version of you. There's no need to mimic someone to get the validation and approval from this hot girl or guy for you to finally feel like you're attractive, because you give those feelings and thoughts to yourself. And when you start to act, think, and feel in accordance to this type of energy, you draw in great things, because you then become magnetic to things that are naturally in alignment with you, naturally drawn to your energy. You don't have to force things. People are going to respect that from you. When your self-concept is someone that is successful, you will find ways to attract success. When you find a self-concept that you don't tolerate into your field people that will treat you poorly or ghost you, and you need to chase after their approval after they've ghosted you, if you didn't align with them or admit to them what your values were prior to the relationship, then is it really that person's fault for you feeling that way? Or is it you that did that to yourself by not admitting to them, not being open enough to have a conversation with them about what is healthy communication for you? And when you find the courage to have those healthy conversations, if this person chooses to walk away from you because you think that you're being someone that's not powerful by admitting to them the level of communication you would like, then you're just going to continue attracting to you a life filled with manipulation, filled with not feeling good enough, filled with not carrying yourself as the most successful you, whether it's a relationship or business. So work on, if you're in a relationship that has a lot of tension and you feel like you got to play games with them, how about sharing with them what you expect from the relationship? And maybe it will open them up in being honest with you. And maybe they're just being kind and just want to be friends. Maybe they don't want to sleep with you. Maybe they don't want to go on a date. But how are you going to find that out until you have the balls or the courage to step up, become a gamer, and become the character that cannot be messed with? See you on the next one.